What do the most dangerous prison tattoos look like? What symbols mark rapists and pedophiles? Why shouldn't you take designs from the internet if you don't know their meanings?
I'm Knox, and today I'll show you tattoos that an ordinary person shouldn't get.
Their meanings will surprise you. And I'll start with the classics of the tattoo world. Clocks without hands are probably the most popular motif among American inmates, symbolizing the emptiness and endlessness of prison time. They can be depicted in various versions, from wall to pocket watches, and are often inked with a strap on the wrist. Such a tattoo reflects the perception of time as meaningless,
Because days behind bars often seem the same.
although, as you understand, many ordinary people get such tattoos without knowing their true meaning. Now, 5 dots are another classic prison tattoo, depicting a person behind bars. The 4 corner dots symbolize the walls of the prison, and the 5th dot in the center represents the inmate themselves. Usually, this tattoo is done between the thumb and index finger. Outside of prison, 5 dots can symbolize affiliation with the People Nation gang from Chicago. 3 dots are often inked by inmates who identify their lives as crazy and full of adventures. This motif can be inked around the eye or on the hand and is often done using primitive tools. Although this tattoo does not indicate a specific gang, it can also carry a religious meaning, for example, symbolizing the Holy Trinity in some CIS prisons. And the crown, also a classic in the prison world worldwide. For example, a crown with 5 teeth is a symbol of the Latin Kings gang, one of the largest and most influential gangs in the USA. Next to the crown, the abbreviation ALKN is often inked, which means Almighty Gang of Latin Kings. The 5 teeth of the crown indicate affiliation with the People Nation, which uses the number 5 as a symbol. In the CIS, tattoos have a sacred significance. They are a full-fledged passport of a person that cannot be lost. Their absence on a prisoner's body can lead to contempt from others. There are special honorary tattoos worn only by respected authorities. Each image or symbol on the fingers has its meaning. For example, a ring on the index finger can symbolize the memory of parents who died during imprisonment. On the middle finger, the inscription, "I'll serve from bell to bell," means the lack of the right to early release. On the ring finger, an upside-down spade sign can indicate a conviction for hooliganism. When entering the zone, inmates often mimic the behavior and tattoos of thieves, who dominate in places of deprivation of liberty. Tattoos of saints and angels on the chest or back symbolize adherence to thief traditions, emphasizing that the inmate has remained clean before their comrades. A small cross on the chest can indicate recognition of thief laws, but without full status as a thief in law. Cat heads on the chest indicate a propensity for fraud and the ability to gain the trust of the victim. The abbreviation CAT can also mean native inhabitant of the prison. A sailing ship with flags on the masts symbolizes escapes or the life of a gastroller thief. Madonna with child is a popular thief tattoo, meaning loyalty to the thief clan and a request for protection from evil. Portraits of Lenin on the chests of prisoners can be an expression of patriotism or a clever way to avoid execution, since there was a belief that shooting leaders' images was forbidden. The abbreviation SLAN became popular among prisoners as early as the 1930s and can be interpreted as "the Solovki camp is very annoying" or "from an early age, nothing but misfortunes." Although a century has passed, people still get such tattoos. By the way, do you know what Ku Klux Klan and Aryan Brotherhood tattoos look like? These guys are definitely worth fearing. The Aryan Brotherhood is known as one of the most brutal prison gangs in the USA, starting its activities in the mid-1960s. This group engages in typical activities for prison gangs, including drug trafficking, gambling, and robberies both inside and outside prisons. They are known for their Nazi views and often collaborate with other groups advocating white supremacy, such as the Aryan League, which, due to its numerical superiority, an organization, is capable of more complex crimes, including manipulation of bank accounts. Members of the Aryan Brotherhood often have tattoos of AB, or 12, which corresponds to the order of the letter B in the alphabet. Other symbols, such as 666 or a clover with 3 sixes, are also common among gang members. Becoming a full member of this gang is possible only after fulfilling two conditions: killing someone on the gang's orders and gaining the support of the majority of its members. Tough, isn't it? That's why nobody gets such tattoos in America just like that. It's really dangerous. And what about the Ku Klux Klan? Despite its long and bloody history, this order still exists and is a vivid example of the American nationalist movement. Today, the Klan is not a single entity, but rather a network of various groups scattered across the country. Klan members may have tattoos of 33 or 5, symbolizing KKK, shorthand for Ku Klux Klan, and refers to its current fifth wave of popularity. Some members may also have tattoos reflecting symbols of the second wave of the Klan, including whips, traditional white clothing, and the Confederate flag. Have you seen the tattoo ACAB or similar inscriptions on buildings? This abbreviation is widely spread among British prisoners and is often deciphered as "all cops are bastards." Straightforward, isn't it? Some who wear this tattoo claim that it means "always carry a Bible," adding a more peaceful or ironic meaning to it, especially if the police are apprehending. As you understand, this symbol also simplifies the work for the police themselves. In modern Britain, youth sometimes get such tattoos to show their readiness to go to jail for their gang or group. The abbreviation EWMN, evil, wicked, mean, nasty, is not associated with a specific prison gang, but emerged under the influence of the movie Night of the Hunter in 1955, where the main antagonist had the words love and hate on his knuckles. It's also a sign of struggle and the ability to stand up for one's ideals, easily breaking the law. And what about Russia? Here too, there are symbols of protest. In Russian prisons, a chest cross tattoo is made for crowned thieves, indicating the highest rank among inmates and complete denial of the law enforcement system. The tattoo system in Russian prison culture is very complex, and each symbol has its own meaning. Stars on the knees indicate that the wearer does not bow to anyone. A tiger on the chest symbolizes hostility towards law enforcement. A spider in a web signifies drug addiction. Bells symbolize freedom after serving the full term, and roses remind of lost youth.
But as I mentioned, some tattoos are also done so that a person cannot hide their true status in the prison hierarchy.
It's a kind of brand that can tell a lot about its owner's past. Some such tattoos are even done forcibly. For example, images in the form of roses tattooed on the buttocks can symbolize the femininity of the inmate, indicating their sexual desirability among other men. A heart is a symbol that the person was caught engaging in homosexuality in prison. Images of eyes on the lower back or buttocks, as well as bears playing plates, are often associated with the homosexuality of the inmate. The devil undressing a woman is a symbol of lust and is often used to denote inmates occupying the lowest position in the prison hierarchy. The image of a rat is often associated with betrayal or theft among cellmates. A rat, especially with the inscription snitch or cop's informant, symbolizes a person who steals from other inmates or cooperates with the prison administration in exchange for privileges or protection, making them the object of special contempt. This also includes tattoos depicting a girl hooking a dress with a fishing rod and a boar in profile with the criminal code article specified on the back. What do they mean? Time for particularly serious crimes, including violent actions against minors. And nobody likes such people, even among murderers and thieves. Inmates with such tattoos are usually kept in special conditions because their cellmates don't even consider them as humans, refusing even to share a toilet hole with them. Moreover, there's a horrific tradition to tattoo small tattoos, such as aces, little devils, or bees, on the buttocks of those inmates subjected to sex. Violence, which reflects the number of such acts. All this is done so that a person, upon moving to another prison, couldn't pretend to be someone else. And how could I forget about Thieves Stars? In the world of prison tattoos, Thieves Stars originally symbolized high status in the criminal world, especially when inked on the knees. It was a sign of absolute rejection of any authority and internal freedom. Over time, however, the meaning of these symbols has changed. The 8-pointed star, or wind rose, which once served sailors and pirates as a symbol of travel and orientation, transitioned into the criminal world, acquiring their new, darker meanings. In the criminal environment, the star became a sign of freedom, disobedience, and protest against the state system and prison order. But today, the presence of such a tattoo doesn't always unequivocally indicate belonging to thieves in law or higher criminal authority. In the modern world, the wind rose has become more accessible and may carry a less strict meaning. It could simply be a sign of love for travel, risk, or even an expression of fashion without a direct connection to the criminal world. And do you know what tattoos the most dangerous American groups have? The Crips is a notorious gang based in coastal areas of Southern California, engaged in a bloody war with the Bloods gang. They even make movies about it, and people are afraid to enter each other's territories. Besides using the symbol of a 3- or 6-pointed crown, Crips often use encoding in their tattoos. One type of encoding involves replacing individual letters in a word with their numbers in the alphabet. 1 for A, 2 for B, 3 for C, and so on. For example, the numbers 211 tattooed on a Crips gang member mean BK, which in turn means blood killer, indicating that this person killed a member of the rival Bloods gang. Their enemies have something similar too. Have you seen rings on many inmates? Tattoos on fingers in prison culture usually carry deep symbolic meaning and are somewhat like codes understood only within certain circles. A tattoo in the form of a ring on the index finger often serves as a reminder that one can only rely on oneself.
Only yourself can be your friend.
This emphasizes the importance of self-sufficiency and independence in the prison environment. A tattoo in the form of a cross on the middle finger is usually associated with pickpockets, symbolizing their belonging to a certain caste of thieves. This symbol helps recognize each other among representatives of this profession and maintain connections within the prison. Crossed bones, images of guns or knives, as well as the letter K on fingers or other parts of the body, may indicate involvement in darker and more dangerous affairs, such as contract killings. Such symbolism is characteristic not only of inmates but also of killers outside prison walls worldwide. Often, inmates also tattoo nicknames or birth dates as individual symbols on each finger, for example, the names or birth dates of children, or the beginning and end of their sentence. But not all rings and tattoos on fingers are harmless. A ring with 6 dots usually indicates a 6, a person serving the authorities as a henchman, and a black and white ring may symbolize a parachute, a person with gambling debts who cannot pay them off. And where would we be without the spiderweb, one of the most popular prison symbols worldwide? The spiderweb tattoo, especially when inked on such visible parts of the body as the elbow, neck, or knee, carries deep symbolism in the context of prison subculture and beyond. What? It is often associated with prison time, criminal life, or drug addiction, emphasizing a lifestyle that's hard to break away from.
Each ring of the spiderweb can symbolize a year spent in prison or your degree of affiliation with a gang.
Thus, the spiderweb becomes not just an adornment, but a chronicle of personal trials and tribulations experienced by its owner. Some even use it to show the number of people they've killed. In some cultures, the spiderweb can also indicate affiliation with nationalist or racist groups, especially in the context of racially motivated killings. In the CIS countries, the spiderweb is also popular and often carries a slightly different meaning, being associated with the idea of life against all odds and eternal struggle. And it's very popular not only among inmates, but also among football fans and people leading quite a marginal lifestyle. And that's all. If you don't want to get yourself prison tattoos, but prefer regular work and know how to write scripts, edit videos, or voiceover content, then write to our Telegram bot via the link in the description. We'll be happy to collaborate with you. Thanks for watching.